think we're almost all born the same, and then life experiences change the way we perceive things. Northern Minnesotans are tough. We can often have weeks on end of 30, 40 below. When I was 19, I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Type 1 is an autoimmune disease that kills off your pancreas. Type 1 is a life sentence. I have 3 kids, and when my oldest was 5, she got diagnosed with diabetes. A few years after she was diagnosed, I just decided, I think I'm going to try to do a marathon. It was very difficult. I couldn't figure out how to manage my numbers, and I'd have crazy lows and crazy highs, and I thought, I can't really do this. My daughter was coloring at the table, and I remember just feeling happy that I wasn't going to do this anymore. And I looked down at the top of her blonde little head, and I felt like I just told her she can't do this. And I realized, what kind of example is that? So I just like, hey, Adam, I'm going for a run. And he was like, well, that was quick. Okay.
I didn't really see it. I felt it. You can just feel like the energy change. You could feel her determination change. Showing your kids what you can do, and especially for Maya-Lynn, who was diagnosed at such a young age, an impressionable age. When you get too low, your brain isn't getting the food and the nutrients that it needs, and then all of a sudden you're completely unresponsive. The highs, she's extremely nauseous. She can't drink water. Your insulin's not gonna be able to work, and you can't hold in your nutrition.
It took me about a year trying to learn the nutrition in my body. I think my ultimate goal is to just achieve something that seems difficult. Arrowhead is somebody who's looking for torture's dream. It's 135 miles right on the border of Canada. They plan the race when we're supposed to have the coldest weather of the year.
All of this is super remote.
This will be my longest race. Last year, I walked out to the finish line. I could smell like the stove that they had in their finishing tent, and I can hear the flags whipping in the wind. I'm anticipating. I feel like it's a part of me and that it can be reached. So if I don't reach it, it's just like hanging there. Tuscobia is another winter race. I'm going to do the 80 mile. My goal is to perfect my flaws.
All right, try to beat the rain. Have fun.
Experimentation with my insulin pump, with my layers of clothing. I maintained good blood sugar. It was really just such an enjoyable race. I crushed Tuscobia. I was really stoked. It was a good practice for Arrowhead.
It's terrifying. And there's real danger involved in a lot of this stuff.
I've never been out in the cold for this amount of time.
There's only 3 checkpoints along the way, 135 miles. We can be hours and hours and hours from help. one of the 50 hardest races on earth. Bragging rights, sense of accomplishment. Racers are not allowed any help. Biggest things we deal with are frostbite on a cold year, trench foot on a warm year.
A big concern is that my insulin pump will get too cold. The insulin will freeze in the line. I know that it will be very difficult. Right, I think I have everything. I felt really good.
She looked like she's having a blast, honestly. She didn't look tired, wasn't walking like she was sore. It was great.
My blood sugars got low at about 6:30 p.m. I was still only 97, which is below what I want to be.
How's it going? Why is it so full?
I think it calibrates right now.
It's probably really cold.
It's been low all night. I think it just pulls a lot more energy out of your body. It feels like you just have to eat. As the morning came, I could hardly eat.
Yeah, I came up to her and she was like in a snowbank. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm in a bivvy. Like, not there. I'm like, get out of there.
You came back for me, you gave me your potatoes.
You've been out in the woods for a very long time, and you've been awake for a very long time. It takes a toll. It really does.
I'm having a really hard time eating and drinking.
It gets hard.
I just don't feel good.
You need to eat, you need to drink, and you need to get moving.
God dang it, my sensor's not even working. There's so much work. Just hours and hours of trying to get that number to come up, and it was really frustrating. And like, I feel that I can do just about anything with diabetes, but it is really hard. And I can't find my sensor. I mean, I can't find my blood sugar checker either. That race is designed to break you. And I just felt like, okay, I'm doing this. Like, we got past that feeling of defeat. So I started just picking places, make it to this place, hold this speed from this point to this point.
Teaching our kids to follow through. You start something, you finish it. Like, that is number one. And I've seen it in our children now where they don't back down very easily anymore. That is from Gretch. But for her to have that determination and that fierceness and that just stick to it, she's just tough. I respect that.
Like, I'm just taking notes here because I'm making a lot of mistakes. We fulfilled my dream. So I hope that if I taught my kids anything, it would be to believe in the lack of limitations.